Alright gamers, today I'm going to show you how to build a farming setup in Schedule 1 that turns you into a digital cartel boss with the work ethic of a retired sloth. This is the 3 property money printer that will generate close to 1 million a day, and your main responsibilities: ordering supplies on your phone and occasionally driving somewhere with the enthusiasm of a brick. Let's start with the first base of operations, the barn. Grab 40 planter units, 24 drying racks, 18 storage racks, and 3 dustbins. That's very important. Also hire 10 AI workers who won't form a union, won't complain, and definitely won't blink. 8 botanists, 1 handler, and 1 cleaner. If you want to be a dirty gamer, then don't bother with the cleaner, just get 2 handlers. Now for the setup. Place the suspension racks on the right, leaving 3 tiles of space on right and 1 space behind. We're not doing this for functionality, it just looks cleaner and makes us feel important. Put down 4 racks in a row, then another 4 beside them. That's one beautiful unit of 8. Repeat the process, leaving 2 gaps this time. Why? To that I say why not. Now place the second unit of 8 beauties, and from now on leave 3 gaps between each unit, leaving some spanking space if they are being dirty. I mean, if the botnets start littering. Keep going, place, gap, repeat. Each unit is 8 racks of passive income and stimulated domination. Now, attach 1 light per rack. You're not growing plants, you're growing tax-free self-esteem. Next, pots. Use air pots because they sound futuristic and give the most growth. Every crop planted in them gets about 12% more dignity and 34% more yield, according to absolutely no studies. If your setup looks like a glowing greenhouse of corporate greed, you're doing it right. Now, let's add drying racks and shelves. On the left side of the barn, no gaps, just 4 racks in a row like soldiers in your personal war on poverty. Second row, leave 3 squares and do it again. Third row, no gaps, just confidence. Next, 3 gaps, then 4 racks. Repeat until your screen is filled of steel and potential lawsuit. And the shelves between the first beams, leave 1 space ahead, 3 spaces on each side, and place 6 shelves. Now this one is your main shelf. Please refer to it as the chosen one. Leave some gaps and add more shelves, 5 here, 5 in the corner, and 1 by the stairs, because why not? Also drop 1 shelf between every rack because you're a genius and deserve nice things. Finally, select all drying racks and set the product quality. Pick high quality not because it matters, but because mediocrity is for the NPCs. Now select all the pots and add the additives. The plant needs nutrients, apparently. I thought love was enough, but science disagrees. Now let's assign the botanists their task. These are highly trained digital professionals whose entire existence revolves around your cocoa empire. Let's start assigning. The first botanist will operate on these 8 airpods. Now assign the second botanist to the second unit. Yes, it's repetitive, but remember, you're building a passive empire that prints digital dollars while you vibe in a real life. The supply shelf remains the same for all botanists. We don't do chaos. We do organized exploitation. Third botanist, third unit, fourth botanist, yeah, you guessed it, fourth unit. Same shelf, same process, we're practically a factory now. And now, the fifth unit, the final stretch of your bot-powered greenhouse. Alright, time to assign the destination of these pots. We'll start with the first 3 rows, 12 glorious pots. Now select the next 3 rows and assign them to the second shelf, hidden discreetly between drying racks, like a shady deal in a clean alley. 4 rows left, select all 4 rows, 16 pots, and assign them to the final shelf between the racks. This is your last line of leafy defense. Now, let's assign botanists to the drying racks. First up, she'll take leaves from first shelf and place them lovingly into these 8 racks like a sleepy barista handling espresso beans. Second botanist, same job, different shelf. She's in charge of the second rack batch and she will do so with robotic pride. Third botanist, again, supply from the shelf, leaves go in the racks. Honestly, this part is just controlled copy pasting, but with people. It's beautiful. Time to assign where the dried product goes. Select one row of drying racks and assign it to the first shelf. Second row, you get the second shelf. Third row, third shelf, fourth, fifth, sixth, so respectively. And now the cocoa journey is complete. The journey of the leaves. It starts in the pots, gets harvested by a properly underpaid botanist, tossed onto a drying rack, and magically appears in your storage, ready to sell, totally legal markets. Now the most important part, filters. If you mess this up, your botanist will start role playing as furniture. Add filters to the supply shelf, put soil in the first slot, cocoa seed in the second, fertilizer and PGBG in fourth. Finally, speed grow in the last slot because we like our plants like we like our profits. Fast. We're not done yet. For the next supply shelf, repeat soil first, then cocoa seeds, fertilizer, PGBG, and speed grow. This is peak organization. Last shelf near the stairs, just for extra stuff. And finally, assign your handler his task. This is the automation trigger. He takes the product from A to B without asking questions, like a loyal courier in a questionable empire. So now let's assign our handler his task. Basically, we're making the operation so automated even your grandma could manage it. He will pick up every item from the desired shelves into the filtered slot of the chosen shelf. All right. So make sure you fill these 5 shelves, all right, for the bins, because we like our clean. And now behold a fully operational cocoa facility. And once your shelves are full, you do what every good entrepreneur does. You load them into your van and head to your second base of operations. All right, welcome to the bungalow, a cozy retreat for your next industrial nightmare. Here, we convert leaves into cocoa. Here's what you will need: 6 cauldrons, 6 ovens, 14 shelves, 5 lockers. I've already put the shelves here. One is here. Now 10 in a row, and 2 behind it, and one is inside the room carrying the gas cans. Now put the cauldrons in. One on one side of the room, 3 cauldrons. On the other, 3 more. A beautiful symmetrical setup like feng shui with flammable chemicals. Now drop your ovens 2 right next to the entrance, then slap a locker near them, and 2 ovens in front, 2 behind, and another locker by the corner for flame. Sprinkle in the locker next to the sink because they need hydration. Now we assign our chemists, the elite operators of this operation. Chemist 1, you'll take the first 4. Now, chemist number 2, 2 cauldrons and 2 ovens, efficient and confused. Chemist 3, the last 4 ovens, no distractions, only heat. And now, the handlers. The first 6 shelves are assigned to each cauldron. They will grab leaves from each shelf to each cauldron and toss them in like it's soup season at grandma's house. First to first, second to second, fifth to fifth, sixth to sixth. If you mess this up, the universe will punish you with a bug you won't find until 3 a.m. Alright, for the second handler, takes leaves from shelf 6 to cauldron 6 because first can only carry 5, and tops off the gasoline of the 4 cauldrons. The remaining 2 cauldrons, you will have to refill them manually. Seriously, you don't have enough employees. That's not a big issue. Restocking is easy. Just come back every 3-4 days and just fill it up. Now set cauldron destination to specific ovens. 6 cauldrons, 6 ovens. Choose one. Now assign oven destination to the 6 remaining shelves in the kitchen. So we have 4 remaining here. So 4 will go here and 2 will go behind them. So a total of 6. Assign every oven a different shelf to maximize the storage. Once cocoa is made, load it up in the van again. You are now ready for the final boss of this logistics saga. Welcome to the dog's warehouse. To begin, we need 16 mixing stations, one packaging station, 10 lockers, many shelves, two brick press, or maybe just one because who needs consistency. We slap 8 mixing stations in a row on one side, starting from under the stairs. Mirror that on the other. Leave a couple of squares free near the corners. Seriously, your workers will get stuck if you don't leave corner space. Then we position the brick press straight in the middle. In the center of the room, we place our shelves. We then position the brick. Now, in the center of the room, we place our shelves. Now we place our lockers. All 10 of them, we gave them no break and no hole, just like a real job. The first chemist gets the first 4 mixing station on the right side along with the locker. The second chemist gets the next 4 mixing station and a locker. Chemist 3 and 4 handle the left side of that station. 4 for each. No favoritism, just capitalism. We then move on to the handlers. The first handler operates from the loading docks to the 8 shelves. The second handler takes care of the remaining 3. After that, we assign handlers from each shelf directly to their corresponding mixing station. Shelf 1 goes to mixing station 1. Shelf 2 goes to mixing station 2. You get the idea. If you don't, maybe logistics isn't your thing. Repeat the process for the other side too, like you're building the mirror dimension, but full of coke instead. Lastly, don't forget to apply filters on each shelf for the ingredients. Shelf 1 is Cuke, Shelf 2 Horse, Shelf 3 Paracetamol, Shelf 4 Megabean, Shelf 5 Motor Oil, Shelf 6 Cuke again, Shelf 7 Megabean again, Shelf 8 Batteries. This ensures your handlers know what goes where and don't confuse cocoa powder with Cuke. Then comes the easy part. Grab your phone, go to deliveries and order this. 80 Cuke, 80 Megabean, 40 batteries, 40 horse, 40 motor oil, 40 paracetamol. That was 6, right? Apparently, even cocaine needs pain relief. Select Dog's Warehouse, set the delivery to loading dock 1, and spam that place order button like it's Black Friday. Now for the final handler, give him access to the locker and put him in charge of running product from loading dock 2 directly into the first mixing stations. This ensures your van can pull up, drop off the goods, and immediately get back on the road, just like Amazon Prime but with cocaine. This ensures your van can pull up and workers will immediately start working. Once everything is mixed, pressed into bricks and placed onto the final shelf, you can pick up the product and deliver it wherever your morally bankrupt heart desires. Oh, and if you want to do any individual packaging, just use the station in the corner. Once you've filtered everything and your deliveries arrive, the system will automatically start running. Just top up the lockers with money and your employees will suddenly remember how to work. Congratulations, you've now created a fully automated drug empire with more structure than most corporate offices. So now, fellow gamers, with the final warehouse humming like an overpriced electric toothbrush, everything is working like clockwork. The handlers are dancing around, loading leaves, gasoline, and drugs like it's just another Tuesday. The chemists are mixing substances with the enthusiasm of a toddler, and the bricks are rolling out faster than government corporation in a developing country. All I have to do now is 3 things to keep this industrial monstrosity running smoothly. Refill the locker with money, because apparently even NPCs need financial motivation to ruin the planet. place the correct delivery orders so the right ingredients arrive at the right shelves without me having to cry myself to sleep. Occasionally check the filters in case some brain dead handler thinks paracetamol goes into the motor oil shelf. Other than that, I just sit back, admire my empire, and question what life choices led me here. Be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to Gaming Scoop, or I will automate a warehouse that delivers bricks to your house.